All right, guys, welcome to week 7. I'm going to do my very best to look awesome and sound awesome, but made a 16-hour drive and got sick along the way, so the last few days have been a little rough for me. So bear with me. If I cough, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to just get through this as professionally as possible, but just know that I am just not in the best position right now to be doing this, but I'm happy to be here anyway, and I think that this class is going to be really good. It is on being a brand. Well, I mean, I have it listed as like marketing and leads because I know I'm talking to some real estate agents, and obviously buying the right kind of property involves a lot of real estate agents and wholesalers and lead generation, but ultimately, towards the end of it, if we go a full 60, which I plan on, I want to talk about like personal branding and actually using social media, especially for building out a business. Because last week we talked about the importance of no matter how many properties you own, even if it's 0 and you haven't started yet, you should always, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but you should always focus on real estate as a business first, and then build a portfolio around your business. Don't fall trapped to being the investor that is only an investor. They're just accumulating properties. The number of doors is the most important thing that they always think about. Don't do that because you will get burned out. It's not professional. It'll be hard to grow. Banks don't like it as much, especially if you get into portfolio loans and those kind of things. Build it as a business and you be the brand. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. So welcome again. Thank you. Bear with me, please. And I think we'll have a good class today, despite maybe a little hiccups on my voice or coughing or anything else that may come up. So with just being so run down and tired. So my whole family kind of got, didn't feel that great either. It's all a head cold. So anyway, but thanks to the Maui guys for, again, I always like to thank everybody for all the hard work they do, because all of you guys are just seeing me talk, but if you've seen like my story, you see the production, the cameras, the cords, the computers. I mean, there's so much that Kale here in Lubbock puts together to get this class going, and I know the Maui guys, Alex and Matt and Emily, there's a lot on the back end that they do to deliver it to you. So I have the easy job. I just sit here and talk. So thanks to everybody that's just making this awesome. Still getting great feedback. You guys are being way nice. If you have constructive criticism, I'll take that as well, or just non-constructive criticism, you just want to criticize me, I'll still take what you say and try to make it better for you. This is your class that you guys are paying for as part of the Better Life Tribe. I want to make it as good for you as possible. And we're live again from Brick and Loft Realty in Lubbock, Texas. This is where I'm the owner of this brokerage, and just happy to be here with you guys. So to recap again, Better Education is where we started. This is week 7. So week 1, we talked about laying the foundation with better education, better data, then rolling into better assets, better math, better debt, better teams, and then last week was better leadership. And I got a lot of notes about traction. It looks like a lot of people ordered the book, and people said it's on the way, or they've already read it, or they've dusted it off and they're reading it again. If you have any questions, I've read through that book so many times, and you saw my copy. It is torn up, it's marked. When I read something that I really like, I absolutely study the hell out of it. So if you want to ask any questions about how I implemented traction, please ask me. I'm happy to help, because the book, it's really good, but it's some parts of it, it's not as intuitive as I liked it to be, so I kind of made some adjustments, and I'm happy to help you guys with that. So let's get right into better marketing and leads. And like I said, the first half of this, or not even the half, the first maybe 10, 15 minutes is going to be about real estate agent stuff. And I talk about that because most of the investors that I work with, and you will hear a lot that you don't need your real estate license to be a great real estate investor. That's absolutely true. Most of you you don't need to get your real estate license. And the main reason for that is that most of you, because of where you are geographically, it's going to be very difficult to invest in your own market. So why would you have a real estate license if you're not investing in your own market and you have a different job or a different responsibility during the day that pays you? So, but if you are fortunate to be in a market where you can invest, you live in your own market, I do highly recommend getting a real estate license. And that you can just having access to the MLS, learning how to run comps in your own area based off of raw MLS data is so beneficial. And every investor that I know that's highly successful in my own market, we're all real estate agents or real estate brokers. And it's been a tremendous advantage over the investors out there that aren't. So it's just something to think about. So when I talk about marketing and leads, again, it'll be just short, but it has to do with the real estate agent piece of this. And if you are working with a real estate agent that's in a different market and you trust everything they're doing and they're not getting the deals that you're trying to have them get for you, you need to ask them what they're doing to generate leads so they can actually funnel deals to you. So what's the relationship with the wholesalers? What's the relationship with other investors, with for sale by owners, with just anybody in the community that actually has to deal with real estate? Lenders, we get some of our deals off of lender bankruptcy, or not bankruptcy lists, but lender defaults, clients that can't pay. So just a lot of relationships that need to be built, and your real estate agent in those other cities that you're investing in should have those relationships. So when I talk about like better marketing and leads, this is across the board different depending on the market. Zillow's great in some areas, it's crappy in others. Realtor.com's great in areas, good in areas. Others, it's not. OpCity is what we use mostly. It's really great for our area. We use a little bit of Zillow, a little bit of Realtor.com. But outside of that, and I'll get to it later, we mostly just personal brand. That's how we've been able to generate probably 90% or more of the deals that we've been able to close is our personal branding. So it all starts, like, regardless of what lead generation tool you're using or what you're paying for, because a lot of first of all, the free ones are crap. You have to pay to actually get some better leads, except for OpCity. OpCity's probably the best free one that I've ever used. But Zillow, Realtor.com, everything like that, they require you to pay for anything that's worthwhile. Volcom, name lists, all kinds of different things. That when you pay for them, you're going to get some better service and just some better data. You want to build a strong presence online. Everything is online. I mean, we have these in our hands, these phones in our hands, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, literally. They're always glued to us. They're always on. We're always looking at them. And everything we do is about online presence. And digital age, it's critical, especially with the real estate world. Everything's online. This includes having professional websites, using social media platforms. I put Facebook and Instagram on there, but obviously there's so many more, to showcase properties, showcase you, and engage potential clients, wholesalers. Use email marketing. Email lists are so important. Try unsubscribing from one. If you get somebody that you subscribe to one time and then trying to unsubscribe to them, it's impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's tough. And they work. They're effective. There's email lists that I'm a part of that I'll ignore for months, but then I'll engage with them when I feel like I'm ready to. And it's okay. I just push delete. And they're so effective. You have to have a CRM, capture data, capture people, and get to the point where you are utilizing email campaigns to do it. And again, I know that a lot of this is like, okay, you signed up for a class about real estate. Why am I talking about email lists, social media, branding, leads, and all that kind of stuff? One of the biggest complaints that I get outside of not having funding is not being able to find deals. And that's what today is going to be about, is just how do you find all those deals? How was I able to literally burr 150 houses during COVID? It's because of my personal branding, because of the relationships that I've had. All the lead generations that I've done for 15 years is how I got all those deals just spoon-fed to me constantly. I went out and found some of them, but mostly it was just all the relationships that I built over and year in and year out based off of many different things that we're going to talk about today. So most people, or a lot of you, are having trouble finding one BRRRR or two BRRRRs your entire year. We did 150 in 1 year. Well, about 18 months, all during COVID. We just went real aggressive on it because there's nothing else to do. So you have to, the deals are out there. You just want to, this class for the investor that wants to get involved with no money down properties or BRRRRs or low money down properties, because true BRRRRs are even harder to come by. This is the class for you today. So pay really close attention. Even though it's not real estate specific per se, this is what's going to get you the deals. This is what's going to funnel. You're going to create a funnel, and you're going to have deal after deal after deal if you do this right. If you actually take what I'm going to talk about and do all of it, not just a little bit of it, you have to do all of it. You can't just do one lead source and think that that's where you're going to get your deals. You can't just drive for dollars and think that's where you're going to get your deals. You can't set up an Instagram page and think that's where you're going to get your deals. There's about 15 to 20 or 30 different things that you could be doing, and you should do all of them if you want to grow, and then you're going to trickle in from all these different resources. So this is for the investors that really want to grow and are really serious about it. So another thing, just like outside of social media and online presence, is get to know so many people in your market, whether it's the market that you live in or the market that you're distance landlording from or to. And that all starts with that real estate agent. We've talked about this. We've had the class about better teams. Find somebody in your market that knows all the right people, the lenders, the insurance companies, the appraisers, the wholesalers, the bank, we can talk about the lenders, the inspectors, the, who else? Just anybody you can think of that is going to be critical to you building your portfolio. Property managers, the contractors, the maintenance guys. A good real estate agent that is also an investor is going to have access to all these people. And then for the distance people, and then people in your area, just get out and get to know these people, take them to lunch. Try to just build those relationships, because that's where you're going to get a lot of your deals from. The next slide, leverage search engine SEO. We all know about that. You just want to make sure that you're, well, let me just talk about that for a minute. So why use SEO and how do we use it? So the first thing you should do, and this is something that's super cheap, it's going to only cost you a couple $100s a year if you do it right, and then maybe a few $1,000s up front, or you could do it the cheap way and just build it yourself. But regardless of how many properties you have, if you have 0, if you have 5, if you have 1,000, you should have a website, a front door that showcases what you do. No matter what level of investor you are, you want everybody in your community or everybody in the community wherever you're investing to know what you are all about, what you're looking for, what you expect. It's just a way for you to just be known, because a lot of times we're trying to get to know all the other people. They should also know who you are too. Everybody should know who you are rather than you trying to get to know everybody else. So have them drawn to you as well. Be somebody that closes a lot of deals, that closes on time, pays contractors on time, pays lenders on time, shows up everywhere on time. Have that reputation that if they're going to send you a deal, no matter who it is, that you're going to close it. You're not going to flake on them. You're going to be that standard, and it's a standard that they want to deal with. And it all starts with you being known. So build that website. Start your company right now. Even if you haven't bought your first property, just go to GoDaddy, go to Wix, go somewhere, get a domain, come up with a business name, file a LLC, incorporate your business. All this can be done for just a few $100s, and then start your business, open your website, and actually build it out in a way that showcases what you want, and then go back to Google Analytics and get some SEO going, and write a blog, do whatever. Be proactive. Again, everybody I talk to is like, I can't find a deal. There's no deals. There are so many deals, you guys. I think that I did hard money lending on 3 more deals just this week, and it's only Wednesday, off of deals that we were able to find. 3 more just in a few days, and we're not even looking that hard right now. So there are so many deals out there all the time. You are just sitting around. If you're not finding deals, it's because you're sitting around, you're not looking very hard, you're looking in one place or 2 places, and you're not really trying to get aggressive with what you really want. And this is the problem I have with so many investors, and this is why I teach, this is what I focus on mostly on my one-on-one coaching, is that most people, 99%, even the people in my coaching program, even people that think they're real investors, they will not do what the 1% do. They just won't do it. They think they are, they think they're busy, they're doing whatever, and then they're just falling flat and they're not getting the deals. And I know I'm lecturing right now because I get so frustrated with even my own clients that just complain to me that they can't find stuff, but they're just not doing what it takes that the 1% do to actually get it done. And that's what this class is. If you take everything I'm going to talk about, everything, not just one thing or 2 things or 3 things, you take everything and you do it all the time, if you're really hungry and you really build it out, then you're gonna funnel yourself up to that 1% and you're gonna get the deals. I guarantee it. You will get all the deals that you want if you do everything. And that's what it takes. If you really want to blow up, if you really want financial freedom, if you really want to grow and have that better life as a real estate investor and not just like a hobbyist, it'll take everything I'm talking about, everything. So, I know you probably feel some frustration in my voice. It's just because I work with so many one-on-one mentoring clients, and none of them are on this call, so it's okay, that just continue to just kind of gripe about things, and that they're not doing all the things that I'm telling them that they should do. They hear me, and they just won't do it. So what I like to always use an example is that there's people that are super interested in something, and there's people that are very committed to something. And most of my clients right now, they're interested. They think they want it, but they're not committed. You have to be committed, 100% committed, 1,000,000% committed, and you will become into that 1% of people that get all the deals and just blow up all over the place. So, funny thing is if, I don't know how many people are on this call, there's usually, I know there's a whole bunch of Better Life people, there's usually a few hundred that sign on, but 1% of you guys will actually do anything that I'm talking about. And the rest of you will just like go along, and then 3 or 4 or 5 months will go by and you're going to be complaining that you don't have any deals. So I predict that. I know what's going to happen. I hope it's not. I hope I just increase the odds quite a bit, but it's probably not going to happen because I've seen it for the last 15 years. That's just the way it goes. So, and then, so build out your SEO, build out your website, super cheap. And then after that, guess what? When you really want to blow up and do things, it's not free. Nothing is free. The algorithms that YouTube has, that Facebook has, that TikTok has, that Instagram has, I'm going to let you on a massive secret that you probably already know, but they favor people who pay, okay? They favor ads. They're a business. They used to be like, okay, let's just do this. You do a reel, you do whatever, and you're going to get favored. You post it 4 o'clock in the morning or right before people go to bed or whatever. And there's all these tricks that people think that are out there. That doesn't work anymore. Now, you can still go viral. That's great. But for almost all of your posts, 99.9% of what you're going to be doing, well, first of all, it's just consistency. And then if you really want people to see it, a lot of people, lots and lots of people see it without going viral, it costs money. You got to pay for it. So it sucks, but Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they are a business for profit. They want to make money, and they make money off of ads. So if you think that you're just going to post a lot of shit and you're going to get all these followers and get like known by everybody and get all these deals, you can, but I would, you want to boost some of your posts, you want to pay for some ads, you want to do some stuff that actually does help. So Kyra, my social media manager, she watches that closely. We boost something, she looks at the data, and it doesn't work. Okay, we'll just get rid of that, and then we do another one. It doesn't even take that much money. Over time, it adds up, but you just want to play with it. You want to look at your numbers and see what's actually happening. You want to dig in and see what's moving, and you just go from there. So that's something that you can do if you're trying to get deal flow. And I'm not talking about being a realtor, holding an open house just so somebody buys the house. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about holding events where you can meetups, real estate investor people that can come and talk to you. You guys, put deals together and just kind of figure things out. So open houses at your own house where people are coming over and you're actually, networking. Networking events is what I'm talking about here. So showcase you and showcase your property, showcase what you're trying to do to build out your business, your brand. Partner with other businesses. This is always good. We partner with other businesses all the time. Restaurants, banks, insurance companies. You want to have that camaraderie with fellow businesses in the community, whether you're local or in the community that you're going towards to invest in. Get to know everybody. Title companies, they want to know you. You want to know them. Throw them stuff. Give them things. Vice versa. Build that relationship and see if you can collaborate with them on different things. Social media is the biggest thing. You want to provide valuable content through your social media. This is where, outside of all the real estate that I've done over the last 15 years, you guys all know my story. I built up a portfolio of up to 650 units. Multifamily, single family, commercial, everything. Liquidated most of that. I do far less real estate now. I still have a solid portfolio, but that's not really what I spend most of my time doing. Now it's just about owning businesses, building businesses, buying businesses, and then starting new businesses. And of course, the mentoring, the retreats, just getting together with people and teaching them how to do this as well. It all starts with the online presence, and I talked about the website being your front door. Of course, we know that websites are archaic compared to as being the initial place people go, but it's all about your social media and getting yourself out there, and then they can be drawn to your website to showcase more of what you do. And SEO does work better on websites. That's why I mentioned websites. But you want to utilize social media in a way that showcases how effective you can be as a marketer, as a brand, as a person, as a business, all rolled up into one. I know that a lot of people have different social media platform or social media accounts for their different things, and I have people that follow me and I follow them back that have they are doing it under their business. I don't recommend that. I think it's okay. I just think that you're selling yourself short, especially when you see a picture of somebody that is, or a picture of their social media brand, their on their profile, and it's the name of their business or a picture of their business. I would get rid of that immediately and put a picture of you on there, a great, nice picture of yourself instead of your business or your business name. Put your name and your picture, and then have you as the personal brand that showcases your business as a secondary thing. So the reason I say that is because what you're trying to portray is way more than whatever Homes LLC or whatever that is that you're trying to do, or Investments LLC or Holdings or whatever. No one cares about that. They care about you, and they want to know you, and they want to do business with you. They don't really care that much about your company. So I would always, and if you haven't done social media yet, I would just do it all around you, and then have the background be what you do with all of your businesses. So that's what people want to see. So let's skip that page and just roll right into the social media and the personal branding. So any questions so far on the first half of that? That's the first kind of chunk that I wanted to get out of the way, and that just has to do with just okay, have your social presence, and this is what you need to do to get more leads, and the more people that follow you, the more people interact with you, the more leads you're going to get. So especially if they know you and know what you're all about. So any questions on that so far? Probably not the best choice monster while I'm sick, but that's what I live off of. So okay, build your brand, social media platforms. And when I talk about this to my clients, they're like, okay, I'm a real estate investor. Why do I need social media? I mean, we talked about that already. But even if you own no real estate right now or are a small investor, you should be thinking about running your investments as an actual business, not just investing in real estate. If you run your investments as an actual business, you should start building a personal brand. Social media is the best way to build your personal brand that complements your businesses. So everything that I use, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Snap, Facebook, and Twitter. And there are more, but those are the main ones that I think that you should use. And use the same picture throughout everything or something similar. It's just that you're recognizable. Then the same name, mostly interchangeable throughout all of your different profiles. And a lot of people ask me about LinkedIn specifically because it's more of a professional, like where you go to get jobs or just like trade secrets or whatever. Absolutely, I think LinkedIn has its place though. I love it and I think that you should use it as well. Same with Snap. And the cool thing is like, if let's say you post on Instagram, and you guys all know this, like my main thing is Instagram. And the reason I use Instagram as my main thing is because it's so much easier to just post everywhere else. So Kyra will post on Instagram, and then it'll automatically go to Facebook. And then now on Instagram, there's a button where you can just record it and then just take it right over to TikTok. Same with LinkedIn, same with Snap. And then the only one that's just different is the YouTube. You just put it onto YouTube. And I don't use YouTube a lot. I need to use it more. But most of my business comes from Instagram. So that's where I've put most of my effort. But Kyra's only been with me for a few months. So she's still learning how to manage my social media. And eventually, once we get this new business that we're building out of the way, then she's going to focus more on some other things and blow that up more with the social media. So, but how do you build a brand though? Like, what's the best way to build a brand? This is what I recommend you do, and I'm still working on my brand. Obviously, I mean it's nowhere near that great, but it's just always a work in progress. It's very tricky. You want your personal brand again to complement your business as much as possible. I would always have it as a personal brand first, business secondary. And I do not recommend posting under your business at all. I mean, we have some, but it's like no one cares, no one follows it. It's you that they want to interact with, not your business. They want to interact with somebody there. I mean, how often do you call a business and just want to talk to the business? You're usually wanting to reach out to one specific person and talk to that specific person because you have a sense of them. They have a reputation. You know that they can help you with different things. They have some authority, whatever. You want to be that person for your business, and you are the brand that's going to drive all the traffic to your business. So the more and the thing that's cool about doing as an individual is that people can see that you're not just one-dimensional. You're not just like a real estate agent or a real estate investor or a lender or an insurance agent or a broker or whatever. They see that, okay, you have a family, you have friends, you travel, you have a lifestyle. You're building everything around you as the personal brand, and then you have your business that's there too in the background, even though that everything you're doing is to generate for your business. And that's why I say, like the last classes, is build your life, your business, as a lifestyle business. That way the social media will be a lot easier, because if they're going to see you one and the same, and that's how I live my life, everything is one and the same. My business and me are one. No matter where I am, where I go, whether I'm at home, whether I'm here, there's no work-life balance. Everything is just one thing. And that's what's going to help with your personal branding as well, because they're going to see you as one thing. And people like to interact. I like to go on and like see Brandon's stuff, for example, and like to see what he's up to outside of Open Door Capital or Better Life. That's what's great about Brandon. That's why he's very charismatic in how he carries himself, and people like to see that about him, because that's what we like to follow. We like to look up to people that are fun, charismatic, energetic, loving, and that's what Brandon is. It's not just like oh, I'm pushing everybody to invest in open door capital or everybody sign up for Better Life. That's not what he's about. He wants you to do those things, but he's also just a good, genuine person behind all of that. And I don't know if you've watched a lot of Alex's lately, same thing. They're just fun, kind of more in your face, but that's just Alex's personality. They're infectious in a positive way, and it makes you want to follow him more. And when you're with him, and this is what I'm talking about later, when you're with all these people, they are exactly the same, whether they're on camera or off camera. And I'll talk about that in a minute because that is really critical, because I know people, some of my friends, that are so different on camera than they are when you meet them in person. And that is not the way to do this. So, and they're not listening either, so it's okay. Okay, so building a personal brand is crucial. It's a crucial task to leave an impact on today's competitive world. And here are some effective strategies to create a strong personal brand. So understand your value proposition. So understanding who you are, what unique skills you possess, what you believe is vital, is your vital first step. You need to determine what sets you apart from the crowd and how can you add value to your target audience. So how are you valuable? What do you do to offer something to somebody else? Because no one really cares what you're doing unless it affects them. So no one cares what I post at all unless it's affecting them in a way that's going to help their life. So you want to provide something of value. It's not just like, hey, look at me. You don't want to flex on anybody. You just want to what you want to post is something that is going to make somebody else's life more valuable. So what is it about you that you can do? So you're a real estate investor, right? So what can you do to attract wholesalers to send all your deals to you? Because there's a lot of real estate investors out there. We're a dime a dozen, right? And there's a lot less wholesalers who have great deals. How are you going to attract those wholesalers to send you the deals and not somebody else? I get all the deals from all the wholesalers in town. It's fantastic. I'm able to just shove those off to anybody I want, or I take the ones that I want, or whatever, or to clients or whatever. Be that person in your market where you are spoon-fed everything all the time. So how do you bring value to do that? So me, what I do is I close. If I tell a wholesaler that I want their deal, I'm gonna close the deal. And I send them gifts, I befriend them, I send them deals too. If another wholesaler sends me something, or if I find a deal and I don't want it, I'll give it to them. So where's your value? What's your brand? What are you gonna do about it? So, we all knew, so I don't know how, well, just a different level of investors on the class. I know that, especially with Better Life. I know there's very low-level investors or just inexperienced. I'm not calling you a low level, just like you haven't done as many deals. And then there's people that have done a whole lot of deals. And I don't know if a lot of you remember Brandon or knew Brandon before the beard. So, and I don't know if you've heard the story that he's told a lot of times, and it's on the podcast a few times, and he's told it on Instagram a few times. But he used to not have the beard, obviously, and you guys have probably seen pictures, but he did that specifically to set himself apart from other investors and other podcasters and other people that were like him in his circle. So he grew the beard and became Beardy Brandon, and that's his brand. Now, we don't even think of Brandon Turner anymore without the beard. That's just who he is. But that was specific to what he was trying to do, and it was genius. It worked. It worked great for him. He looks a lot better with the beard anyway. So, but if you didn't know Brandon before that, he did actually escalate his popularity. He definitely had a fantastic following on BiggerPockets, but the beard, I think, that helped him a ton. So, what is your uniqueness that you're going to use as a brand? So, define your audience. It's critical to know who your target audience is. You need to understand their wants, their needs, their pain points, and how you can help them. So, and I already talked about that. So it's like, what are you going to do to offer them something? Like the most money that can be made in your lifetime will be making somebody else's life easier, not your own. So You want to give value to somebody that makes it easier. So like my coaching program, for example, my goal is to fast track them from A to Z in a matter of weeks rather than years. So what can you do to provide value to somebody in order to do that? Create a personal brand statement. A personal brand statement is brief and catchy statement that encapsulates your professional expertise and personal values. So, like mine is a life well pursued. So, what can you do to instill your vision upon your people? Like, what are you gonna be about? What are your core values gonna be about? When somebody asks you, like, why work with you? Like, what are you gonna say? So, what I tell people is, mine is a life well pursued. It's a lifestyle business. It's something I truly care about, and it's one. And everything that I do, I invest intentionally to continue to buy more time back and increase my income this way with decreasing my workload so I have as much time on my hands to do what I want with who I want when I want. So that's the value that I'm bringing to my own life, and that's what I'm trying to teach other people too. So, and that's the same thing we talked about last week with traction. You want to hire people that are also going to buy into your vision, not just the clients or the people that are going to help you invest in more real estate. You want to bring people on board into your inner circle that actually also buy in to your brand statement. So, establish a unique presence online and offline. Build a solid online presence using tools like LinkedIn, personal websites, blogs, social media platforms suitable for your industry. Real estate, so everything we're doing is real estate related. Every single social media platform is suitable for what we're doing. In fact, it's fantastic for it. So, and like I said before at the beginning, don't just do one of them. Use every single one of them. Attending industry conferences, network. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so yeah, this is talking about offline and online, and then attending industry conferences, networking events, and seminars can also boost your visibility. So, talked a little bit about like some of the people I know that are just totally different people on their social media than they are when you meet them. And I don't recommend that at all. Like don't try to be like over the top or overly shocking or just like any of that over the top stuff just to try to get followers or try to prove a point. Just be you. If you are introverted or shy, you will want to like work at it, because I'm actually extremely introverted and pretty shy. You have to work at it, and just make sure that you're genuine and true to what you are, and just be you. And that way, because it's to build a successful business, you're going to be online and offline. So you're going to be in the real world eventually, and you're going to see a lot of these people that you're going to be interacting with online, and you just want to. It shouldn't be some drastic shift from when they meet you. It should be just the exact same from what you're portraying yourself online to be. So stick true to that, and I think that you will have a lot of success. And even if you are like, even if you still are being true to yourself, be careful with being crazy over the top or shocking, or you probably don't want to go like too far politically, or unless that's like your platform, or religious, unless that, again, that's your platform. But when you're building a business, yeah, you want to hold your core values there, but you also want to be like somewhat respectable to everybody else's as well. Like be you, but don't be a jackass, is what I'm basically saying. So if you want to grow your business, you want to try to have some diplomacy with what you're trying to do. Personal brand is huge. You want to see people offline. Like for instance, I'm always like people, when people see me outside of this, first of all, I'm the exact same person, and I always, one of the things I told Brandon and Matt before I did this, I told Matt, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do these classes 10 weeks. It's going to be shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops, hats, and all of that. And I'm not going to dress up and those kind of things. So I did that for 8 years as a lawyer. I don't wear a suit ever anymore at all. So they were cool with that. Like that's like, I always tell people I don't have a style, I have a brand, and that's just what it is. I hat every day, and I get the nice shoes. My shoes collection is worth more than cars, and I get crap for that all the time. But it does help. It's like one of those things that I love, and people know me for it. So it's worthwhile to actually have something about you that stands out a little bit, especially something that you like anyway. So like Brandon and the beard. The beard looks great, and he loves it, and everybody just knows him for that. So find something that works for you, and go with it. Content creation and curation. Regularly creating, curating, and sharing content related to your area of expertise can help reinforce your brand image. It not only showcases your knowledge, but also helps in engaging your audience. This is what I'm talking about with, you want everybody to know who you are. And again, I always get complaints about people, they can't find deals. It's because you aren't showcasing what you want. You're not showcasing what you do. You want to scream to the world that you are a real estate investor, that you want deals, that you have money ready to go, that you have experience. They're not going to just like assume that that's what you're all about. You want to tell everybody that you're available for their deals, for their money, for their partnerships, for their lending, for their insurance services, for everything. You want to, you can't just sit and wait. One of the reasons I've had so much success in all the years that I've been doing this, is because I tell everybody all the time exactly what I want. This is what I'm looking for, this is what I do, and I multiply that across every platform, across every relationship I have, and there's no question about who I am and what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. I make it clear all the time. And that's what you have to do. You can't just sit in your office or your home and just type on the computer and send some emails and go to lunch and go to coffee and then just tell a few people. You will never, ever become the real estate investor that you want to be. You're going to be in the 99%, guaranteed. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you are planning for. But I always tell you that the reason I do this, I wanted to do this, and the reason I take on coaching clients is because I like to push people as hard as I can to that 1%. I try to fundamentally change their mindset to believe that they can actually do what I have done, and that's to get to financial freedom as young in life as possible. So that's what I am going to stick to and constantly barrage down your throat. But it's okay to not be that either. Okay, that's just really my motive to try to help people. So just because I know that it's so possible. But if you're just wanting to just recreationally invest and buy 20 properties or whatever just to replace your income, that's great. That's fantastic. Do that. I'm not hating on that at all. It's just not what I generally teach. Consistency is key to improve recognition. Be consistent with your brand identity across all platforms, including your voice. Yeah, so just have your message the same. Don't so obviously we know that Instagram is way different than TikTok, and both of them are different than Facebook, and they're all different than YouTube. You want to just be consistent throughout. TikTok is usually, what I've noticed, I don't generate a lot of business off TikTok. I don't pay a lot of attention to TikTok. I know people do, but it's more for entertainment, in my opinion. TikTok is for entertainment. Instagram and YouTube are more for business. Facebook is for old people to look at your stuff. I don't know. I don't get anything off Facebook either. I think it's just kind of funny. And then LinkedIn is building relationships and networking. So there's a lot of differences in all of them, but your message should be pretty the same throughout, regardless, I think. And it's also easier, especially if you're posting a lot, which I recommend you do. So be the brand, be consistent with everything. And I'm going to talk a little bit about quality versus quantity, because that's an argument that I hear all the time, and very different viewpoints on what to do. So, because I know people that will spend so much time on a video or on a reel or on whatever, some kind of content they're going to post to try to get it out there to the world to show them what they want or what they're doing. And it just falls flat. So it doesn't do anything. So outside of going viral, in my opinion, it's all about quantity. It's posting over and over and over and over again, because everything that you post, no matter how much time you put into it, it's going to be old news by a few hours down the road. So you just want to keep posting and posting and posting. You don't want to ignore quality at all. You don't want to just put garbage out there. You don't want to ignore quality, but you also don't want to get hung up on it either, because the way the algorithms are set up now, nobody's like, even Instagram won't even, for example, Instagram won't even send it out to most of the people on your friends who follow you. They don't even send it to them, let alone non-followers. So what's the point of putting all that effort into one post a week, or money and time, to not be seen anyway? Because it's not going to be, unless it goes viral. But going viral also has nothing to do with quality. You've seen things that are just like millions and millions of views that are absolutely low quality. It's dumb luck almost, or just having that fantastic aha moment, or capturing something amazing that actually gets you to that viral point. I've never even had a video do that, so it's hard. It's unlikely, but it's higher likelihood if you post a lot rather than just a little. So, and I'm not big on like post at the time of day or any of that kind of stuff. It's just, I don't think that really works. But and we look at the data all the time on everything that we post. So that's where I'm coming from on all of that. So let's see. Invest in continuous learning. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the more value you can offer, whether through formal education. I don't love formal education, but it's not terrible either. Just pick the right programs. Self-guided study. Highly recommend self-guided study. Buy as many books as you can put your hands on and read them. Business books especially. Professional development activities. Highly beneficial. Continuous learning is a significant part of maintaining a relevant personal brand. So everything changes. Things change fast. So you don't want to just like get good at something and then just forget about it, because things change, competitors come in the market, and you want to just continually learn and get better and stronger with what you do. So like networking, coaching, those are huge. Subscription-based learning is huge. Those are the things that I recommend. So networking events, highly recommend. There are so many good ones out there. Just find one, pay the money, and just go after it. Coaching programs, again, a lot of great people doing it. Find somebody, pay them, and fast track your success. And then subscription-based learning. There's a lot of those well, there's not as many, but find a good one, pay for it, and just go with it. So I know that through Better Life, you could probably find a dozen people that are part of the tribe that have all these kind of programs. And if they're part of Better Life, they're probably pretty reputable. So just find some stuff and go for it. So those are the things I recommend over everything else besides just reading books. You should read books all the time anyway. So then one specific thing I want to talk about is networking. Building relationships with other professionals in your field can dramatically, and I'm saying absolutely dramatically, enhance your visibility and open up so many new opportunities. And I think that I've told you guys so much money I've spent on networking opportunities. I'm talking like $50,000-$60,000 plus just in the last year or two, and I'm still paying more. And that money, it's all come back to me through relationships and businesses and deals, first of all. So the ROI has been amazing just on the financial part of it. But even if it hadn't, the people that I've met, absolute game changer, absolute massive game changer for me, just off of the relationships that I now have for life. In fact, we call it paying for friends, but let me tell you, like, you will not find a better group of like-minded people outside of a high-level networking event that you're paying for to go to. That is I mean, think about it. Exactly the people you want to be with or learn from, you pay to go. There's a whole bunch of other people thinking the same thing you are, and then all of a sudden you're put in a room with all these people, and they all think exactly like you think. They have the same mindset. They have the same drive. They have the same goals. Of course, not everybody's exactly the same, which is awesome because then you learn from everybody else too. And then all of a sudden you have partnerships with them and you're being asked to do things with them. And it's just, all of my close friends now are people that I've met in the last 2 years, 3 years. And I've been investing for 15 years, but it was only about 3 years ago that I started paying for networking events. And I wish I had done it 10, 15 years ago because I can't imagine where I'd be if I had. So the number one thing I hear from people is that it's expensive, and it is. They're not cheap. However, if you really want to level up and meet the right people, I highly recommend you go to some. So let me give you this class for an example. Brandon Turner knows every major investor in this country, and because of me going to his events and getting to know him as a person and building a friendship with him, he asked me, out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people he could have asked to teach this class over these last 10 weeks or 7 weeks, the 10-week program. So that's just a good example. Like this never would have been an opportunity had I not gone to these events with him and gotten to know him. So that in itself has been huge for me because of this class, I have gained a ton of clients from some of you guys that may be listening now. So it's been fantastic. So pay for the events, get to know people. You guys are already doing Better Life, which I think is a massive first step in the right direction. Brandon has this incredibly affordable. I hope you guys realize how affordable Better Life Tribe is. It's amazing. It's amazing value what you're getting from my experience on what I have paid for. So he is definitely keeping this at a cost that is astronomically low for you guys, and you guys should be taking advantage of every part of it. I'm talking about that 1% again. Don't be that 99%. You guys are, you're paying for this. Take advantage of every single aspect of Better Life. Get on the pod calls. Talk to your people. Get to know them. Go meet them. Fly across the country if you have to, if it's worthwhile. Get to know all these people. If you guys went to the Maui masterclass or the Better Life thing, I'm sure that was absolutely amazing. I unfortunately wasn't able to go, but it was like the last week of school for all 4 of my kids. It just didn't work out. So, go to those kind of things. That's phenomenal. He has the marriage retreat coming up in, I think, a few weeks. Highly recommend anything you can get your hands on to go to, I would go to, because it's not just that you're going to be learning from Brandon and the people that first of all, they always have a fantastic lineup of people, but it's just all the other attendees that are like-minded just like you. That's how you're going to get from here to here in a massive hurry, is the people that you're going to surround yourself with. And networking is the #1 way to do that. Bar none. There's not even anything in a close second besides of going to networking events. Seek feedback and evolve. Always get feedback. I always ask you guys for feedback, so please hammer me. Let me know how I can do better. We're running out of time, but the last thing I want to say is, no matter what you put on social media to build your brand, to get more deals, to grow your real estate, the best piece of advice I can give you is, no matter what you do or say or act or whatever, is absolutely walk the talk of what you're doing. If you don't sell financial freedom if you're not financially free. Don't sell the fact that you know how to find the best real estate deal if you're not a real estate investor. If you've only done a handful of deals. Be a brand that encompasses truly and genuinely everything that you have actually done. Make sure that anything you say on social media, that your people could just go and Google and find out that, okay, that is absolutely accurate. And I say this because I know there's a lot of people either on social media or just trying to influence others in all kinds of different shapes and forms that haven't really done a lot of the things that they're saying that they've done. And just don't be that person. Be absolutely genuine, because that is how you're going to grow, and that's how the deals are going to come to you. So I thought for sure that I was not even going to come close to get through this. My throat is killing me. I can't believe it's already 3 minutes to go. I have a little bit of time for questions if you guys have any. And I know, I'm sorry this was not super, super heavy real estate, but if you think through this or listen back and hear what I'm trying to portray with how you can leverage this, this is how you're going to grow. Because growing a big portfolio is all about deals. It's getting the right deals. It's not, you can't put 20, 30, 40% down on every deal you have and grow a massive portfolio. You have to find low deals that are huge value add deals that you can actually put a little bit of money in, and that's how you're going to expand. And the best way to do that is through your online presence, through social media and those kind of things. So, and getting to know everybody that is in your real estate world. I don't know if this is working for questions, but I feel good enough to take some. And if you're scared to ask it here, you can hit me up on Circle. I think I've answered everything. Or you can hit me up on Texas Entrepreneur on Instagram. All right, Cal, I don't think I have anybody. No questions today. Either there's nobody on, and I'm just talking to you only, or they just like bounced when they realized I was talking about branding. They are here. I can't see anything. Maybe, anyway. Love you guys. Be nice to me. But definitely give me some criticism. I need it. I need it. I need to know how I can make it better for you guys. I know I kind of yelled at everybody today. I felt like kind of got nasty. I think it's just because I don't feel good. You know, like when you don't feel good, you just kind of like, you're kind of irritable. I think like everybody saw my true colors today. Thanks, guys.